What's going on, guys? It's Wednesday night again, and here we are with Squadron Live. My name is Brandon, and I am happy to see you and happy that you're here. I'm happy to be here, and I look forward to having a fun night with you guys again. It's been a long day for me. I've not been home. I've had to go out of town today, which is why, if any of you tried to call me at the shop today, you were not able to get a hold of me, and I do apologize about that. I will be back at the shop in the morning, so if you tried to call me today, forgive me, and please give me a call tomorrow. Be looking forward to talking to you then. But I just got back home about 15 minutes ago, and I've not had hardly any time to prepare for this show. I do have a lot of show and tell, builders showcase pictures for tonight. If you sent some and I don't show them tonight, forgive me. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this. I have some, so we'll see. Got a lot of pictures from you guys again. I appreciate that. I think what we're going to do going forward is the builder showcase is really fun, and it looks like, based on all the pictures that everybody is sending, it's going to turn into something that we can do going forward. But instead of instead of just showing some pictures every week, I think I'd like to put a little bit more thought into this, because the models that you guys have been building and that you're sending me, and the pictures that I'm sure some of you are planning to send as soon as you can pull the model out and get pictures, or perhaps finish a model and send pictures that you want me to show off here. You guys have put a lot of work and a lot of effort into these models, so it occurred to me that I don't need to just pop a picture up and show it, kind of like I'm going to do tonight. Just go ahead and putting that out there. So instead of doing this every week, just showing pictures, I thought, what if we try to do the builder showcase once a month? And one of the monthly Wednesday night shows we kind of dedicate to the builder showcase, and I can take more time to prepare, put the pictures, edit pictures if they need to be. I had a couple of you guys send some pictures this week, and you were concerned about the size, the pixels, the aspect ratio, all that kind of stuff. So those are things I can fix, just not at the last minute. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So tonight we'll go through some of these pictures that I've got, but then we'll try to figure out, I don't know, maybe we say the first Wednesday of the month, or the second or third, or whatever it is, and kind of make that a special part of the month, and make one of the Wednesday nights in each month just that's the builder showcase. So every month, I collect all the pictures that you send, and if you want to show off a picture, or pictures, or even video, if you've got video of your models, uh, you can plan that, and you can take some pictures, and we can turn this into a little bit more than just a quick flash of a few pictures up on the screen. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. We will proceed tonight with just showing some pictures, kind of like we did last week. But then after tonight, please continue to send me the pictures. But I'm going to save those, and I'll figure out which Wednesday of the month is going to be the best, and we'll plan it out and figure it out. And we'll talk about when a little bit more next week. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let me say hello to everybody that's in the chat tonight. Carlos, good to see you. And the Lawn Care Novice, good evening to you as well. And Justin is here. And yes, the B-24s have finally shipped. I've got one here that we will open up here in just a little bit and take a look at. It's been a very crazy week so far, so I have opened it up and just took a quick look, but I haven't even, I don't know. I'm going to open it up, and the first time I'm really going to be seeing it, and I haven't even looked at the decals yet. I literally took the top off and said, hey, that's cool, put the top back on, and kept working. So here just a little bit, we'll open it up and have a first look together, at least first look for me. And yes, you're talking about yours was shipped. Everybody's was shipped, but this, I I joked the other day, with a customer that was asking. You probably all received your tracking numbers if you pre-ordered them, over the weekend and Monday. And some of you might have noticed, if you checked your tracking number Monday evening or even yesterday, that there was no movement, as if it were still at our warehouse. And the problem is, it was still at our warehouse. Uh, we joke and say Squadron is too big for this town, and in a lot of ways that is true. Our local post office, unfortunately, does not have the capacity to handle the direction that our business is headed. Now we've got some ideas and got some plans and things in the works that are probably going to fix that. But for now, we have resorted to, we now have a trailer at the shop, and we are now filling that trailer up every day and taking our packages to the post office ourselves, so we don't have to rely on trucks that are not quite big enough to our shop. So we've actually got two trailers if we have to have it. And so, yeah, today we hand delivered the B-24s to the post office ourselves in our own trailer. And that's just what we're going to do from now on, because we want to make sure that we get your guys' packages to you in a timely manner. So sorry it took us an extra day or two to get those out of this town, but they are all out of our hands now, and hopefully you guys will all be getting those soon. So there you go. A little bit of honesty from this side of the screen on what the situation was there. Michael Cantor, good to see you tonight, and Rex from Rockford, good to see you. And Randy, hope you're having a nice Wednesday as well. Wes is here, and Nick from Naperville is here, and Jim. Jeremiah was a bullfrog is back. Good to see you tonight, buddy. Joseph Carpenter. I might have already. Nope. Yeah, there you are, Joseph. You're here. Danny. I am glad we're able to offer fast service, and hopefully we are always fast for you. I appreciate the business, and I see you're coming to us from Facebook tonight. So, one thing that is different this week than last week, we just made this change. If you are coming to us from Facebook tonight, specifically the Free Time Hobbies Facebook, you might have noticed that the name of the Free Time Hobbies Facebook page has changed. And as we continue to go forward, you might notice this, and I guess we can say it's an inevitable thing, but ever since buying Squadron and buying Free Time Hobbies back, we have been moving more and more towards everything is Squadron. I always want to keep the Free Time Hobbies flag flying, so to speak. That's my baby, so to speak. We started that. My dad and I did back in 06. So we always want to keep that around. It's very nostalgic for us. That's how we got started in the business. But we really are pushing everything towards the Squadron branding. Now, we've got a Squadron Facebook page that's called Squadron MMD, because for 50 years, that's what the company was. And considering Dad owns MMD, he doesn't mind me tagging that name at the end of Squadron, just so everybody knows who we are. Anyway, so the Squadron MMD Facebook page, I want to merge the Free Time Hobbies Facebook page into the Squadron Facebook page and basically combine everything into one. It will be easier for me to keep up with it. I don't want to neglect one of them and push all my promotions to one or the other. It'll make a lot more sense for me to combine it and have one page rather than two. As per Facebook's rules for merging business accounts, this is silly to me, but in my business manager in Facebook, I have these different groups. We've got the Squadron page, the Squadron Signal Publications page, the Free Time Hobbies page, the Blue Ridge Models page, the Flagship Models page, all these different brand pages. To be able to merge multiple pages, they have to have the exact same name. I have no idea why. That's, in my opinion, a little dumb, because why would two of my pages have the same name if I had started them out that way? Obviously, I didn't start these two pages out that way. But anyway, so to be able to merge them, they have to have the same name. So I had to change the name of the Free Time Hobbies page to be identical to the Squadron page. I don't know. I had to change the address. All the information has to be identical. It's a little silly, but anyway. So that's why the name changed. I think that happened yesterday. And as soon as all of that goes through its process and they allow me to merge them, the two pages will become one. So just so you know what's going on. If you see anything weird, that's what we've got going on. If you're a Free Time Hobbies customer, you might have noticed, I think about a month or two ago, the phone number on the Free Time Hobbies page is now the exact same number as the Squadron number. We answer the phone the same. You get the same guys, me or Jared or whoever else might answer the phone. So we thought, hey, we're paying for an extra phone line, an extra toll free number. Why don't we save the money and just drop down and use the same phone number for everything? So that's kind of what we're working towards, just so you guys know. And when you see things happening, Free Time Hobbies is not going away. It's us. We're here. It's just we're gonna be using the Squadron name, the Squadron phone number. If you call Free Time Hobbies, I'm gonna answer. Thank you for calling Squadron. So you'll still see the banner, the Free Time Hobbies logo flying around in various places, but everything is moving towards going by Squadron. We'll probably, for now, we are going to keep the freetimehobbies.com website up, but if you notice, it's literally a mirror image of the Squadron website at this point, with the exception of the logo at the top. So, anyway, that's a little bit of an update on what we've got going on as far as all of that goes. So, let's see. Jim is here. Good to see you. And Jason, it is going good, and I'm glad you're able to work on your kits for Atlanta. I will be coming with no kits, it looks like, at this point. But I guess I should not be surprised. My wife is not surprised, but uh, whatever. There's always next year, right? Or the next show. There you go, Jim. That's a good thing, walking the dogs. Yeah, my dad recently got a new dog, and that's what he's doing every night now too, is enjoying walking his dog. So it's always a good time. And Danny, yes, I guess I could be popping these up on the screen. Yes, the Black Cat accessories, they really are good. I'm glad you're able to get some of those and check them out. The guy's name behind the curtain on that, so to speak, is Ben Droul, over in France, and I've known him a long time. If you don't know who Ben is, he's the owner of Black Cat Models. He's actually he's the son of Jacques Droul, who, if you remember Larsenal Models, which, I mean, they're still around, but Jacques was the guy that started Larsenal Models many years ago. So I guess you could say Ben learned from his dad, and he's out doing the Black Cat models. Ben, he also is the one that designed a lot of our Blue Ridge Models accessories. He did the design work on our Normandy 700 scale Normandy model kit. So he's a really excellent 3D modeler and designer. So his stuff's really nice. We just got a restock of a lot of his stuff just recently. So if there's anything that you've been waiting on to come back in stock, check the website out. We might have it back. Let's see. All right. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Devastator as well. And Michael, so the midway behind me, um, I've got, well, I can't put a link up on here. Check out the Squadron TV page here in YouTube, and it's probably 5 or 6 videos back now at this point. But I did a what's in the box of the Midway, and this kit, I opened it up and spread everything out, so you can take a look at that, and that'll show you a lot in a lot better detail than what I can show you here on the live camera. So it is a nice kit, and those are in stock now, along with the B-24s, the Devastators, the Midways. All that's in stock, ready to ship out. So if you haven't got one, or if you were waiting until they're actually in stock, you can order it now, and we'll get them shipped right out to you. So Hey, Nick, good to see you. And hey, Michael, that's cool that you noticed that. So this is actually, and I don't know if these are available to buy. They might be. This was given to me by Yuri at Special Hobby. He gave this to me at the Nationals this year out in Texas, and it's pretty neat. So that was nice of him to give that to us. And so anyway, yeah, like I said, I don't know. I know that they've done other shirts like this before too. So I don't know. Check with those guys and see if maybe you can get one. It is neat. Good to see you tonight, Scotty. No snow down here. It's short sleeve weather now. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm kind of tired of the cold, but good deal, Kenny. I'm glad the app's working for you. And you know all that mess that we were going through getting the app in the Google Play Store. We've got it worked out. But yesterday or the day before, I get a my developer guy calls me and says, "Hey, we got a problem," and Google had basically kicked us out again. Now they didn't pull the app from the store. They said we had until the end of the month to get it worked out. But basically, what happened is we did a legal name change in our corporation, and the left hand just didn't know what the right hand was doing with Google and all the government documents and everything that we had, and nothing was lining up. Tax records weren't lining up with this, weren't lining up with this, and uh, every time that we would submit new documents and try to verify our identity, as they were calling it, this would get fixed, which would make this mess up. It was just a mess. So um, the one thing that needed to happen in our Google account finally happened yesterday, and it knocked everything else off the shelf. But thankfully, that's going to be, I think, an easy fix. And but it's just been one nightmare after the other on this whole app thing. Um, so I'm glad it's working out for you, and I am being able to look in the back end and the metrics on how many people are downloading it and how many people are using it to place orders and stuff, and it looks like it's really well received. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying that. Good to see you tonight, Charles. Good deal, Matt. Well, I'm hoping that you really like it. It's kind of amazing to me that with as many models that are out there that are available, you would just think walking in, like you come walk in our warehouse and you're like, whoa, look at all these models, and you would just figure that every single subject is available in whatever scale you want. And it's just not the case. And even something as, in my opinion, as important as a B-24 and as popular as 48 scale is, being, perhaps the leader in aircraft scales. I mean, everybody's got their scales they prefer, but 48 scale is just a huge scale. And this is I mean, there hasn't been a new B-24 kit in years, like years and years. Like I think before I was born, perhaps, is when the monogram version was created. But that's you know, we say this every week. It seems it's a good time to be a modeler. So here we go. Got a brand new tool B-24 and 48 scale. So. Jason, the app will not take your account from the website. That is a problem. Give me a call, or maybe we can look at it next Saturday if you don't have time to call me before then. But love to get with you and figure out why, because if you're having that problem, chances are other people are, and I need to get that fixed. It's working fine for me on all the phones I've checked with, tested it on, and all of our employees have it, and some friends. So I know it can work. So we need to figure out what's not working for you and see if we can get it fixed. Jim, so Dragon, yeah, I've got one of them here. This is my addition to my personal stash this week, I guess you could say. Actually, I have two. My stash is going to start growing too fast, but It seems lately I've been building my own stash out of our scratch and dent section because, you know, I at least tell myself I'm going to build these, so I don't really care about the boxes. Sometimes, some boxes I do care about. But I saw this and I thought this was cool. This is Ferdinand kit from the Battle of Kursk. So that's going to fit my German interest very nicely. It is unfortunate that this box got dented because this is an otherwise very nice box. Nothing on the front but the box art and the logo. But anyway, this is one of the many Dragon re-releases that have been being re-released lately, and we kind of touched on this last week when I was showing that big box Panzer kit thing. Which, by the way, when we left today, we only had two left, and Dragon has already discontinued them. So if you were on the fence about getting one, you better jump over to the website right now and grab it because they will be gone. And unless they re-release them, they'll be gone for good. But they have a huge list of things they are going to re-release. So coming back around and re-releasing something they have recently re-released might be a while. It's every day, it seems, they're announcing the next thing on the list. And to answer your question specifically, I don't know exactly when they started doing this, but it's been 2023. I don't know exactly when. Dragon never went away, but as you probably noticed, for the past few years, they've not really been doing much, at least not like they used to. I mean, used to, Dragon was like the go to brand, especially for 35th scale armor. Um, for ship guys, I mean, their 350th scale ships were awesome. Their 700 scale ships were awesome. They got 72 scale armor. They started doing some aircraft. They announced some new aircraft that some of them never even got done. And but last year they it's the same guys, it's the same owner. They just, I guess, started to get going again, or decided to start get going again. And there's a lot of stuff. Most of them are all their old kits reissued, mostly using the same box art. There have been some that I've seen come in the warehouse that it looks like the same box art, but they've redone like the sides of the boxes, on the ends and this kind of thing. Um, but for the most part, I believe they are mostly the same kits. In some cases, some of the tracks may be different. Some of the kits may or may not include metal gun barrels, whereas they might have before or might not have before. Um, but it's a lot of cool stuff. They got a heck of a lot of stuff going. But the only problem is they are re-releasing all this stuff, but they're doing these short production runs. And by the time the containers get over here to us, we get all excited about them. We get them out, we sell them out, and then we go back for more, and they're already gone because they're doing really, really short production runs. I don't know if it's a few hundred of each kit, 500, 1,000. I don't know what it is, but it's not very many. Um, and I guess the reason is because they're trying to re-release what looks like to me virtually their entire line, which is a lot of stuff. Just today, I saw they've got the 700 scale Long Beach and Albany and whatever the other cruiser was in that series, but they're re-releasing those. I think last week I told you they were re-releasing all their 350 destroyers. So lots of stuff. So check it out. Keep an eye. We're gonna be getting in all their re-releases as quickly as possible, and hopefully enough of them. But if you see something from Dragon that you definitely want, maybe don't wait. Just go ahead and grab it because I don't know what their production schedule is right now. They are wide open, but it's not a lot of one kit. It's a few of a lot of kits. So that's kind of where they're at, I guess. Yeah, Ronnie, it is true. that it is very nice. The 48 scale, of course, this one from Hobby Boss, and the 72 scale version that Ronnie is referring to, if you don't know, is Airfix has got a brand new tooled B24 coming out sometime in the next few months. So that's going to be exciting as well. Nick, that is very cool. Were you able to go to that? I saw some pictures from that show up there, and it looked like a very nice place to have some model kits on tables. So very much so looking forward to the nationals, and I hope some of you guys got to go to the show last weekend. Like I said, I saw pictures. It's very neat looking. And yes, we do need a new B29. That would be very cool to see, and it's probably going to happen. I don't know by who, but it's kind of inevitable. Somebody's going to do it at some point. So, yeah, Jim, your elephant that you built, please send pictures of it. I'd love to see that. Steven, you got the JFK kit. It is a nice kit, and I can understand what you mean by it being unfortunate that there were no figures in the kit. However, just so you know, I'm not. There might be a kit out there. Actually, I just thought of one, but most ship kits don't come with figures. I tell you, one of them, this one of those Dragon destroyers I was just mentioning. I remember if it was the gearing, maybe. I remember it came with a little sprue of 350 scale guys, and not very many, but that kit did. So there could be others, but in general, I don't usually see figures included with the ships. Uh, but there are a lot of good choices for 3D printed figures in 350th scale. Which one of those brands is? And these are not 350th scale figures. I guess you could put these on your ship if you wanted to do some really wild storyline. But Ion models, this this has nothing to do with 350th scale ship models, but these are their new 35th scale and 24th scale aliens. And we didn't get very many of these, but I thought it was just weird enough that somebody might like this. They got 24, 35th, and then they have this 50 millimeter bust version. But those are cool. We'll get those put up on the website soon if that's your cup of tea. But I bring that up now because Ion is one of the many brands that have really nice 350th scale ship figures. They're all 3D printed. You can there's like dozens of them on each one of these little sprues. But most of the time, you get several different poses. Sometimes you'll get multiple figures of the same pose, but several different poses. But Ion's got them. Black Cat Models has them. We have them at Blue Ridge Models. There are probably several others. There are several others that I'm not thinking of right now. But on our website, you can go to the ship model section up under accessories, 350 scale, change it to figures for ships, and you'll see them all. Now, I will tell you, I am out of just about all of them at the moment, and I know that because I've been selling them like crazy lately on the phone. Apparently, everybody just found those in the catalog. And I took a call just yesterday, and at that point, I was out. So we are waiting on a lot of those to come back in stock, but they're ordered and they'll be here soon. So go ahead and check out what you want, and you can fill your JFK kit up with figures and really bring that ship kit to life. Hey, Kenny. Yes, I did see. I don't remember it being the whole kit, but whatever they had there, I saw. I thought it was just a portion of it. But yes, I know about it, and it looks really nice. Um, so yeah, if that's what you would like, go ahead and grab one. They're very cool. Everything that 3D Wild does is very nice. So yeah. Hey, Miami Dolphins. Good to see you here. I know the God Hands nippers. I've not used them. I've got some that are virtually the same thing. They're super nice. I would show them to you, but I think they're down at my house. I've been using them on that Dora that I'm building in the bedroom. So, but the cool thing is, The God hand ones are very nice. I've seen them, but we actually have we've got a factory that makes the exact same ones that are doing them for us. That'll be Squadron branded. So if you've got those and you end up needing more, we'll have some just like it. They're basically single sided blades. So instead of pinching your sprue, it actually cuts through it. And they're super nice. Once you use that style of nippers, if you're like me, you'll never go back to the other style. Now, I use the other style mostly for on that Dora kit. Those plastic sprues are so big, and those style of nippers are usually pretty expensive compared to $2 or $3 regular sprue cutters. But I use the regular sprue cutters now for large pieces that I don't want to risk bending or dulling my nice blades, and I use those to kind of chop stuff off, especially like resin kits and things like that I need to chop or cut a big chunk off. Um, or sometimes even on these kind of kits, I'll use the big sprue to get the parts off so I can hold one part in my hand instead of dealing with the whole sprue. And then I'll use the nippers like the God hand nippers. I'll use those to kind of fine tune, because if you do it right and the nippers are really sharp like they come, and you hadn't I've got a pair that I cut something too hard and it dented. I think I tried to cut some brass wire with it. That was dumb. But if they're in good shape, a lot of times you can cut your parts off the sprue. You don't even have to sand it, or I use an X-Acto knife sometimes to shave down or sand it smooth. A lot of times you can get away with a clean cut. It's really nice. So I'm looking forward to adding that to our line of Squadron tools. Everybody's got them, it seems. Everybody's got their own brand of them, God hands being one of them. But they're very nice. So glad you've got one of those. If you're asking because you haven't used them, get some. You will love them. You really will. So. Yeah, if we see a 24th scale B29, that will be awesome. That'll be something to stare at for sure. That might be a little bit of a stretch of the truth, Frank. You might say Brandon just promised that he would love to see one. That would be true. That would definitely be true. I would love to see one. But I promise you this: as soon as I find out that a manufacturer is doing one, you guys will be the first to know, because that will be very exciting. All right, Joseph, the train car behind me. So this is kind of cool, and it's actually not a train car; it's a locomotive. And I don't really know anything about it. And the reason that I got this is because it's missing the instructions. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll end up getting some instructions for it, but it's kind of cool. Look at this. It's kind of interesting. Like I said, I know absolutely nothing about this other than it's German and World War II. So I got to do some research, find out what they used these things for. Because when you see this box, it's very cool. And that paint scheme is very cool. So I'm excited to learn about what it was used for. Hopefully, I'm not disappointed in what I find. But that's a neat kit that Trumpeter has done. It's 35th scale. Yeah, the if HK did a 32 scale version, it would be extremely nice, obviously. But wow, that wonder what that price tag would be. It would be very cool to see, though. Uh, no, the Squadron versions are not available yet. We're going back and forth with our tool manufacturer, and what I hope is going to be the final version is on the way to us now. I might have the samples next week. I don't know exactly, but the I'm hoping this is the final back and forth, getting it exactly how we want it. So if it is, then I'll show them off next week. If I get them by next week, it may be the week after, and we'll see how that goes. But as soon as I approve them, because and I say approve them because it is basically the same as all these other guys have, but there are a few different ways to do these, and I don't want to just grab one because it's available and mass produce them. I was looking at all the different options, and there's a few things that we're allowed to tweak on the design without having a full out new tool kind of thing. So hopefully it works out. And this one that I'm getting, hopefully next week, is going to be the final copy. And if that is, then we tell them to run with the production, and we're off to the races, and we have them, a few weeks, month or so later, however long that takes. Yeah, and Jason, looks like you're doing the same thing I'm using your cheap cutters to cut them off the sprue, and then using the God hand nippers to get it nice and flush. It's how it works. Yeah, and like you said, that a pair of sprue cutters. I mean, you can usually get one for under $15, sometimes under $10. These style of cutters that we're talking about, I've seen them anywhere from 30 to 50 to $60. Uh, I never got one because you're like, wow, why do you need that? I can get a sprue cutter for $10 or $15 or whatever. Some of them probably cheaper than that. And after I finally got one, I'm like, oh, that's why they're so expensive, because they work. They're awesome. But we're really trying to bring our Squadron version in as cheap as possible. They won't be $10, but they won't be $60 either. So we're trying to get the best price and value for those. So. Oh, let's see what we got. Yeah, and it's funny, the Miami Dolphins fan. So my son, the Dolphins, that is his team. My father-in-law, that was his team, and so he, I'm sure he's loving seeing your name pop up on the screen right now. All right, let's take a look at this B-24 real quick before we get into these builder showcase things. And actually, since they're back here, I got to tell you about these. These finally came in. I told you that Magic Factory messed up and shipped us the wrong item on our last container. Well, they made good with it, and they air freighted us the right things, and we just got these. So all you guys that were waiting on these, that had the pre-orders, I sent you an email and let you know what was going on if you pre-ordered. But these finally left either yesterday or the day before. So those are nice. I told you a few weeks ago that we had a very small handful of the original Hanabu boxes that we found. So we just got done boxing these up, and we've got these available on the website. I've got a couple, maybe a few dozen of this version, which is the civilian version. It's got all the resin parts and everything in there. It's got the original decals. Everything is original about this, with the one exception of the inner box is our new box. But the outer sleeve and all the contents inside are original. And I've got the alien version, if you know what that is. I've got like less than 10 of those. But those are finally available. The other thing I wanted to mention is we got some more of these Blackbird kits in, 48 scale from Revell. And the only reason I brought this to show you is because it's really cool and really big. So talking about big kits in 48 scale, SR71, nice kit. Very nice kit. We've got some of those back in stock, and you got to have one if you don't have one. All right, so the Devastator, 48 scale from Hobby Boss. And these two kits are next on the table for my What's in the Box videos. So we can take a closer look at these. But let's see, if you're curious how big is a 48 scale Devastator, you can see my hand on it there. Gives you kind of an idea. So this, I mean, Hobby Boss trumpeter kits, they keep getting better and better with each release. And this one this is the first time I've opened this, but at first glance, looks like it's going to be a good kit. I mean, if you really want to detail it out, just like most plastic kits, you're probably going to want to upgrade the engines. The surface detail looks pretty good to me. I mean, no glaring issues. I mean, I'm not speaking on accuracy. Obviously, I'm not looking at that at the moment. I'm just looking at what's in the box, and the quality of the plastic is really nice. Little sheet of photo etch. And this is one of the coolest things to me. And Trumpeter has been doing this more and more with their aircraft kits. And perhaps they're going to do it on all their aircraft kits going forward. I don't know. But this is the decal sheet. But back here, a masking set for your canopies. Now they may have started doing this before, but the first time I noticed this was with their 32 scale Devastator last year, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And this has got it. The B-24's got it. Hobby Boss and Trumpeter being, coming from the same factory. So if you start looking at a lot of their new airplane releases, they're doing this more and more, and it's really cool because before, when a kit came out, you can obviously buy paint masks for things. Art Scale's got them. We've got all their stuff. Edward's got paint masks. So it's not a problem to have to buy an aftermarket masking set. They're not very expensive, usually under $10. Some of them are a little more. So that's not the issue. The issue is timing. When these kits come out, the aftermarket guys don't get these kits any faster than the rest of us do. So if you get this on release day, you got to wait till one of the aftermarket guys get a kit in their hand, measure for the masking set, get the masking set produced, get it shipped off to the distributors. You got to order it from me. I got to ship it to you. So there's a lot of downtime between when you get the kit and when you can build it. If you're not going to cut your own paint mask. But now you don't have that problem. Paint mask is in the box. You can get the kit. You can paint it right away. So I think it's really neat. And I'm glad to see them doing that. Now let's check out this. This is what I've been waiting for. And don't worry, our decal set has now gone to the top of the to-do list because I'm holding the kit in my hand and I can't build the aircrafts that I want to do with our decal sets we're working on. So, yeah, this is just super cool. I really want to get the, there it is. I've got the old monogram kit over there. I want to pull that out, and maybe I'll do that in the what's in the box video, kind of compare the two and look at the difference because that was tooled up so long ago. Compare that to a modern tool that was just done. But the detail on this, like I said, this is the first time I'm really opening this and looking at it. And the detail on it looks really nice. I really hope that the accuracy on it is good because what I'm looking at, just pulling it out of the box, is really nice. The wings, that's going to have a lot of good support in there, so shouldn't have any problem with that holding itself up. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Lots of plastic. Like I said, I'm going to spread all this out and shoot some pictures and video, and I'll try to get that posted up maybe after this weekend so we can take a closer look. All right, where is... Surely there's some clear parts. Oh, look at this. A box inside the box. There we go. Oh, we've got... okay, well, the wheels are rubber. So if you want to do any kind of wheel sagging or tire sagging, I guess we're going 3D print or resin. Looks like rubber ammo belts. That must be what that is. And then looks like well protected clear parts. So I'll open those up later. Oh, look, we do get some engine detailing in the photo etch form. So that's cool. Yeah, that'll dress those engines up. And there we go. There's what I was wanting to see. It does include the paint mask as well. So right out of the box, paint masks that should fit perfect. That's awesome. And then, let's see, let's take a look. I don't have my knife on me. Take a look at this decal set. All right, looks like we got a few more choices of decal, different aircraft than I thought we were going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 6 different planes we can build out of this. Of course, Witchcraft being the box art plane. And, you know, it's really cool for me personally, and maybe many of you have seen it too, but is it the Collins Foundation that's got the B-24 painted up as Witchcraft? That plane came to our local airstrip up in Blue Ridge a few years back, and we got to go see that along with their B-17 and one of their P-51s, I think. I think that was it, just those 3 planes, but that was really neat. So it's cool to see the Witchcraft decal make it on their box with these other options as well. But we'll take a closer look at this in a video that I will do very soon. This is the next one. I'm going to do this and the Devastator. Yeah, nice paint guide here. Cool. Yeah, this is awesome. Very, very, very happy to see a new tooled, very crisp looking, nice tooling B-24 in 48 scale. So make sure to get one. I've got them in stock. Order it tonight. Probably be able to get it shipped out to you tomorrow. We will hand deliver it to our post office for you in our own trailer, because that is apparently what we are going to be doing every day now. So happy to do it for you guys, though. All right, let's take a look at our builders showcase for tonight. Now, one thing that we're going to do, I told you we're going to do this once a month, but I'm going to change it up just a little bit because we're about to run up on our hour, and I try to keep this show to an hour for you guys. We're going to do tonight, and then next week, I am going to do another builder showcase, but it's all going to be one guy's collection. You know, last week we were showing off everything, and Wes Miller was the customer that sent me tons of pictures, like tons. We could probably look at his pictures for a whole hour, and that's exactly what we're going to do next week. Wes, I told you we were going to do that this week, but you got too many. I want to dedicate an entire show to your pictures, if that's cool. So I've got them all here. I got your email that you sent me this week, and you sent me some more information. So I want to build it all up, and next week, the last half of the show, we're just going to show your collection. So if you've got anything else to add, send it to me this week, because next week is going to be Wes's building showcase. But tonight we've got a few other pictures to show. And like I said before, if I don't show your pictures tonight, forgive me. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this, and I may have missed some. But we're going to show these pictures. We're going to show off Wes's collection next week. And then we're going to take a week or two off of the builder showcase and start the once a month thing after that. So that is the plan of the moment. And I hope you guys are okay with that. All right, let me get over here so I can pull up what we've got tonight. All right, and here we go. All right, this is Danny Haney's Builder Showcase that he has sent this week. And I'm going to go through these pictures, and I did not have time to pull over the captions, so I do apologize for that, but we are going to take a look at all these. He sent me several, and here in just a minute we're going to get a glimpse of his workbench, which is kind of cool because I'm always interested in seeing people's workbench, and we're still going to do that workbench show off at some point soon. I figure if we're going to do that, I got to show off my workbench, and I hadn't had time to clean it up yet. So I would imagine that some of you guys are probably in that same boat with me. It's a nice Sherman there. Go. And here's the first glimpse of some of Danny's workspace. Well organized. More organized than mine right now, for sure. Ah, there we go. Some ship action. Some looks like some B-17 and B-25 hanging on the wall. And forgive me for not recognizing what that is right off. Somebody else can probably comment and laugh at me for not knowing what that is. I recognize it, but can't think of it at the moment. Gotta love the photo etch. Hey, that's a cool toolbox. What are those called? I remember I've seen those, and there was a company, I saw them at one of the nationals one year, and they were selling them. They were super nice. I wonder if that's from the same company I saw one time. And with all the pegboard hanging up and the new package, it looks like you've got your own personal hobby shop down there. Yeah, that's cool. Justin says that was that an AC-47 or maybe a C-47? Okay. I see some good kits up here in the stash. Hey, look, you've got some of those Dragon kits I was talking about that are getting re-released. Oh, and look, there's the that's the 350 scale figures that I was talking about a little while ago. One of the only kits that I'm familiar with that actually includes figures, and there's a little glimpse of them there. So cool. I always like peeking through other guys' stash. You always see something interesting that you either used to have, wish you had, or maybe you do have. Hey, those are cool. Oh, I see what those are. Those little like little tackle boxes. I'm sure they're sold for other purposes besides fishing tackle, but I've got some in my tackle box that look very similar to that. That's a very cool way to use those. Huh. Nice airbrush set up there. Iwata. We've got to get our airbrush section on the website going soon. Iwata being one of the brands I want. Iwata and Badger to start with. Lots of other good options too, but those are just two I keep getting requests for over and over again. All right, let's see. Cool. All right, well, Danny, that was his pictures for the week. I really appreciate that. Now, Ed Groon last week, he showed us his interesting paint schemes on his P51s, and he's sent some more this week. Let's see. Let's see. He says this is the Clay Lacy Aviation Race 64. Is what this is called, and I can't find it. There it is. All right. A second. All right, if you thought his blue P-51 was a wacky paint scheme last week, check this out. That is a model kit even my little daughter would love. Awesome. Looks great, Ed. It looks like he's done that with Vallejo's magenta color. Very cool. You know, and I always love when you see a model that there is a picture, a real picture of the reference. It's just really cool to see that, and you see it a lot of times at nationals and other shows. Uh, and my favorite ones, a lot of times, are things that if you didn't see the original picture with it, you wouldn't believe it. Um, and so it's always cool to see that. That's a nice job on that Jeep, Ed. All right, so there you go. There's Ed Groon. Thank you for sending those pictures tonight, Ed. Next up, we've got Mark Crumry. Get these pulled up here for you. There we go. Sorry, I'm so slow at this. I'm going to get faster. There we go. All right. All right. So, what are you doing here? Is that a picture behind there, or have you placed that in front of the real place that you're at? Either way, it looks cool. That's neat. Got a nice clean paint job on there. You did a good job. You know, for me, sometimes painting white is so hard. And I don't know if it's because sometimes I don't have my airbrush clean enough, or maybe I have too much crap floating around in the air, little dust particles and stuff. But sometimes I have such a hard time with white. But you've done an outstanding job on this. So good job. Love that. Nice rigging up there, too. Cool. Very nice. Yeah, I love when you see when you get all the decals on. It just really makes these planes come to life, especially when you got all the different rescue markings and warnings and danger and all this stuff, all the reds and yellows, and just really adds a depth of interest to a model. Look at all this back here, the rigging. Cool. Very nice. All right. Excellent. Well, that was Mark Crumry. Thank you for sending those. And we've got a couple of pictures from Michael Cantor this week. Let's check out what he's got going. Tiger here with a nice interior, lit up interior. That's cool. Yeah, look at that. You know, you're seeing more and more of these new tank releases coming with full interiors. And if you've ever wondered, well, why would you do that? Or what do I need that for? Well, here's a good example of what you can do with one. You can really, really detail it out and make it come to life. So that's cool. Great job, Michael. Thank you for sending those pictures. All right, next I got a couple of pictures from Rex Woods. Let's check out what he's got. All right, little half track here. Yeah. I love seeing all the half track kits that have been being re released by Dragon lately. So many different versions of these things. It's almost like every one of them had a different gun on the back or something different going on with it. So if you do a big diorama and have several different versions of them, it's just really neat looking. But that's a good job on that one. Oh, this is cool. So is this a kit or did you scratch build this and what scale is that? That's cool. They've got a I don't know if it's specifically which crane this is, but they've got one of these right out in front of our shop right now. They're rebuilding the bridge, so it's cool to see this. Hmm. Cool. Yeah, this is Rex Woods. Rex, if you're in the chat tonight, tell us what that crane is. If that's a kit or a scratch build or what it is. It's kind of interesting. We don't see that every day. Cool. Thank you for sending those, Rex. All right, got a couple of pictures from Steven Zielinski. Let's check this out. Oh, Rex says all scratch built, 125th scale. That's awesome. You did a great job on that. Scratch building is, I can't do it. Maybe I could if I devoted the time that it would take to do the research and the measurements and all that stuff. I haven't. So anytime I see somebody do a scratch build and do a good job on it like you have done, it just kind of blows me away. So great job on that. All right, let's check this out from Steven Zielinski. Here we go. Yeah, if my son happens to be watching right now, he would love this. F-14 is one of his favorite planes, or it is his favorite plane. And it was actually his first model that he built as well, a 72 scale version of it. So excellent job on that. That's cool. Ah, there we go. We're talking about a JFK kit earlier, and I don't know if this is this the if you're in the chat, Stephen, is this a 350 scale kit from I Love Kit or Trumpeter? If so, that's the kit that we were talking about earlier with um, I forget who who was asking about figures for it, but this is that kit. So cool. Or I guess it is. If it's 350th scale, it's that kit. It looks 350th scale, but sometimes you can't tell in these pictures. You can make something really small look really huge, or vice versa. Either way, whatever scale it is, it looks awesome. And if it is 700 scale, then I'm even more impressed. Very, very cool. Yeah, and there you go again. Another example of showing a reference of the model in the background. And for me, having a reference picture is a really cool thing because for me personally, most of my friends, I've got a lot of friends. You guys are all my friends. I got a lot of friends at the model shows, but we all kind of know what this stuff is. But my personal friends and family that are like here local with me, they have no idea what this stuff is. So for me to be able to, or my kids, for example, they have no idea what this stuff is until I teach them. So to be able to have a picture and say, yeah, so this was an aircraft carrier called the John F. Kennedy, and this is the real picture of it, and here's a model. And you can take a real picture and it may, especially this older stuff. There's color pictures of this, but take some of the pictures back from World War II or even before. You got a black and white picture. We know what color it's supposed to be, so we can build a model, paint it up the right color, and you can take a black and white photo, show it to somebody that has no clue, show them the model kit, and really bring that to life. And that's the interesting thing to me, which it works. That works on me too. Every time I go to a model show and I see something that I've never seen, like this train locomotive from Trumpeter we were talking about, now I get to go out and learn about it, and then I get to build a model about it. So going to the shows, seeing these cool pictures, it's like, wow, that was neat. And then seeing the model, I don't know. It's most of the most of this military history that I learn, that's how I learn it. I see a model that somebody built that I have no idea what it is, and do my research, or they tell me about it or whatever, and uh, then you learn about it. The last show that I went to, somebody had a I forget what the name of the ship is. Combrig makes it in 700 scale. It's a paddle wheeler. I had no idea what it was. It's just Combrig's got hundreds of old turn of the century ships like that. Well, this guy comes up and starts telling me the entire history of this ship. I had no idea it was the ship that was involved in laying the first intercontinental cable across the ocean. Yeah, I mean, it was like his favorite subject, and he couldn't believe he was seeing a model of it. The next day, he comes to the show, and he literally brings all these books about this ship. So you just never know. These models really speak to people, I guess you can say. It's like, man, I love this subject. Let me tell you about the story. So, and I had no clue. Now I know. So, it's a good way to learn history about some of this stuff. All right, let's see what else I got. I think I got just a couple more. All right, bear with me. I got to save a couple of these real quick so I can show them. This is from TJ Petta, who it's his fault that we got into this a couple of weeks ago. And I say that jokingly. I'm glad that we got started. And what I mean by that is he's the guy that sent us the first pictures, I guess 2 weeks ago now, to show off. And he has sent some more this evening, so let's check them out. Got a nice chopper here. There you go. And see, this is cool too. It might not be a picture of the real ship, but it's a picture of that original box art, which a lot of these old kits like that, it's you've done an outstanding job on this kit. And anybody that's built some of these older kits, to get it out of that box to looking this good, that's something. So you did a good job on that. 1959 kit, he says. I didn't know it was that old. That's awesome. So great job on that. Another shot of that one. Got a nice cockpit in there. Yep, and there's this again. Very cool. Looks like you've added some photo etch to it. I could be wrong, but I don't think they had photo etch in 1959. But it's those kind of little details that you can get in photo etch that you can really uh, spice up an old kit like that. So cool. Great job. All right, let me look. If you'll bear with me just a second to save a couple of more, I've got some from David Blankenship that I'd like to show. I just didn't get these saved into my folder that I can share, so bear with me just a second. All right, here we go. All right, these are David Blankenship. Where are they at? Okay, let's try that again. These are David Blankenship. Here we go. Nice B-17. Let's see. Cool. Nice job on that. Huh. Nice Catalina there. I love that paint scheme on that. Very interesting. Hmm. Nice mobile hospital. I'm sure it had a more technical name than that. Yeah, that goes back to what I was talking about the half tracks a little while ago. You could do anything with those. Nice little diorama or vignette. That's very nice work on all your scenery there on this one. That's cool. Awesome. Well, that was David Blankenship on those. Thank you for sending those. Let's see. That looks like that's all I've got, with the exception of Wes, who has sent me more information. So, again, Wes, sorry to put you off another week, but next week, Builder Showcase, it's all you, man. We're gonna go. We're gonna go through all your pictures. So we'll do that next week, and then after that, we're gonna start doing this once a month. The Builder Showcase. We'll do the show every Wednesday night, of course. Uh, but that's awesome. And I am sure I have missed a lot of chats over the last couple of minutes, but it looks like you guys were chatting amongst yourselves, which is great. And yeah, lots of nice comments about the builds. So awesome. Uh, guys, that's gonna wrap us up tonight. It's just been a good week at Squadron. Got a lot going on, like always. I seem to always say that. Again, apologize for missing phone calls today. I'm sure. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know if the phone rang or not, but I bet it did. And I'll be back in the morning. And looking forward to talking with you. Give me a call. Be happy to help you. Make sure you get one of these ordered so you can join in the fun and joining in the awesomeness of having a new 48 scale B24. It's an awesome kit, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. We we got to get our decal sets going because the one that I want to build is Dragon in his tail, and we've got a what I think is very nice decal set for that. But one of the things we were waiting on before we just go printing it is I wanted to get this because most nose art decals, as long as you've got them sized correctly, you can it's going to work on any kit. Dragon in his tail is a little bit different because it goes down the whole side, wraps under the bottom a little bit. So I didn't want to go printing a lot of those without test fitting it to the kit first. So now that I've got the kit in hand, I can do that. So we'll be testing that hopefully soon. Got a lot going on, so unfortunately I don't get to jump out and do that this evening or anything like that, but it will be coming soon, and a lot of other decals as well. We just that nose art book that I keep talking about, as we keep laying it out, and Peter keeps getting the renders done. Gabriel's getting the redrawing, the updated versions of all these nose arts that we're working with. The book's just really coming together, and I'm more excited about it now. It's not going to be just another nose art book because there's been dozens, if not hundreds, of those. I've got a bunch of them in my collection, and they're all nice. But a lot of times it's the same pictures that you see over and over again. But this is turning out to be something a little bit more than that, with Peter's help and his amazing artwork. It's just really turning into a really nice book. And the fact that it's going to coincide with a nice decal set, that helps too. So it'll be cool, but it's just going to take a lot longer than expected. But then again, everything takes longer than we expected. So we will see. Randy, I don't know. If I've not responded to you, then I'm going to have to say no because right before this show started, I had, uh, I thought, responded to everybody, but let me look real quick. I see a email from you, Randy, and no, I had not seen it. But if we're already over an hour, so why don't we go a little bit more over an hour? And let me show off Randy's pictures real quick because he sent me some pictures and they look really cool. So give me just a second. I'm downloading them and saving them now, and we'll show these off. This is cool. Thank you for asking. I see the picture or the email was sent earlier today, and um, like I mentioned earlier, I was not at the shop today, so I do apologize. Well, I take that back. I was there until 10 o'clock this morning. Um, so I see your email came in a little after that. I apologize. But check it out. I got your pictures downloaded now, and we are going to take a look real quick before we say goodnight. Bear with me. All right, starting off with your Mad Max car. There we go. Oh, yeah, there's how you do it. Put the captions right on the picture so I don't have to guess at what it is. Awesome. Aoshima kit. Aoshima has done some interesting things throughout the years. This, of course, being one of them. Every once in a while, they really throw an oddball subject out there. Not that this is odd, but for the company, for them, generally doing military subjects or real cars. Every once in a while, they do something, different. So that's cool. Good job on that. Oh, cool. A Master Box kit. Master Box has got so many good figure kits. And they got a few other things. They got some, a couple of armor kits and vehicle kits and whatnot, some motorcycles, but they got so many different cool figure sets, military stuff, the old Civil War series, the Indian series. They got some sci-fi series, of course, their pinup girl series, all sorts of cool stuff. If you've never built any Master Box figures, make sure to check those out. They're really nice priced for just really good figures. They're plastic figures. They're not resin, not 3D printed. They're traditional plastic model kits, and their catalog of products is quite huge. And we carry all of them. We got a whole row at the warehouse full of these things. So that's a nice job on that. Rennie says, we don't have to run long tonight. It's too late, buddy. We're already running long, so I'm going to add you right here on the end. I'm glad to see these. These are nice. Steampunk tank. That's cool. And look, another scratch built addition to tonight's show. That's kind of cool. Or it's really cool, actually. Huh. There's the backside of it. A knight. That's cool. Oh, there you go. Zvezda kit there. Hmm. That's really neat. Hmm. Oh, there he is. That's gonna be it for his collection for tonight. Cool. Well, yeah, that's really neat. Well, that's gonna wrap us up for tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for letting me go a little long. A lot of cool stuff we saw tonight. A lot of cool releases that have come out. A lot more cool releases coming up. If you are into the X Plus line, all the monsters and figures that they're doing, just today the Dracula has finally been given an official release date. Um, well, an official production date. They are finally producing them in April, which means it'll be somewhere probably May or June, probably June before we get them. But that is an official release now. They are back up on our website. The price is a little bit more than it was, but if you pre-ordered one before, we're honoring your price. And that is one of the good things about pre-ordering from us. If you see something you like, grab it, because if the price goes up later, we're going to honor that pre-order price. We haven't been able to not honor the original prices yet, and I hope to not have to ever change that. But specifically speaking about Dracula, your original pre-orders, we're honoring that price, and it's going to happen. So excited about that. Their Rhedosaurus is finally coming. Same thing on that. So that was something that I found out right before I left this morning when I had to leave at 10. So very cool and excited to see that, as well as everything else we've got coming soon. So, guys, take it easy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Give me a call at the shop, and I'll be looking forward to talking to you. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.